So the Germanna Educational Foundation and its real estate foundation purchased 2 buildings this past Friday on Route 610 in Garrisonville, North Stafford, very populated area. And one of those buildings is going to help us expand our nursing and allied health technologies programs, allied health sciences, because our goal is to double the number of graduates over the next 3 years. Many people know that there's a nursing shortage and clinical worker shortage in healthcare nationally, and that's very true in our area. But in our area, it's going to be exacerbated by the VA clinic being opened, which is a 450,000 square foot building with almost 3,000 parking spaces. So you can figure at least a quarter of those people are going to be healthcare workers.
Yeah.
So Germanna needs to help fill that pipeline and do it relatively quickly. So rather than wait for the state to build a building for us, the foundation negotiated and bought these 2 buildings. So one of those buildings is going to be dedicated to nursing and allied health sciences. The second building is going to be dedicated to cybersecurity and IT, which, as you may know, that whole 610 corridor is loaded with cyber and IT companies, contractors, who need workers desperately, and they need workers with security clearances. So by us locating there, we can feed them students as interns and apprentices, and they can work on their security clearance, and by the time they graduate from Germanna, they can immediately go to work for these contractors. Whereas right now, the contractor hires somebody and the employee basically does very little for 2 years until their security clearance comes through. So we're filling a need for that community and filling a need for a very high growth area for students. So the current building that we're in Stafford, the Barbara J. Freed Center,
right,
we'll be vacating that, and the Barbara J. Freed Center will move and be that cyber security, IT, and also some general education classrooms. That'll be the Barbara J. Freed Center, and the Nursing and Allied Health Center, or Sciences Center, is going to be named the Kevin Dillard Health Sciences Building. Kevin Dillard of Life Care made a very generous gift and is very supportive of our nursing and allied health programs, and he himself is a Germanna graduate. So
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Bruce, this is pretty significant, because really, literally overnight, like you said, you're not having to wait for the state to build you something. You've got ready-made things that are, and you've got programs that are ready to go. This is significant.
It is. It's a very significant move. It's going to allow Germanna to continue to grow. Stafford County is growing very rapidly, and is projected to do so for the next 20 years or so. And so this is a big way for us to show our commitment to Stafford and help educate their citizens, because the Stafford County officials want people to stay in the county to work. They don't necessarily want them to move away. So a lot of community college graduates stay where they are and become productive citizens in their communities.
And as I look ahead and you think about what's now available for nursing in Stafford, and when the Locust Grove site, when that gets done, boy, you're going to have nursing facilities second to none.
We will have 2 complete health sciences buildings, and again, that's so that we can double the number of graduates for all of our different programs, which of course is nursing, physical therapy, dental, phlebotomy, you name it. So those are all very, very critical things, as you and I know from we're all getting older. We need that stuff. Yep. So we're trying to fill that need.
Did you sit up a little straighter the other day? I mean, the governor had some nice things to say about Germanna when he was in Stafford, and I thought of you, and I thought of Dr. Gullickson, and I thought everybody associated with Germanna had to feel really proud.
Absolutely. The comments he made were very flattering, and
they were true.
But they're true. That's right. And I give Dr. Gullickson most of the credit for that. Although she does have incredibly dedicated employees throughout the college, and she has great vision, and she's gotten everybody to work together beautifully and focus on enrollment. We're one of the only community colleges in the state of Virginia with positive enrollment growth. Nationally, enrollment in community colleges is way down. The pandemic really took a toll on the students, and we've managed to find ways to capture them and get them enrolled and get them educated. And we kind of lead the state in that way. And so the governor, because he's involved in the search for a new chancellor for the community college system, he's heard some very positive things about us, and so we're proud of that.
Well, and especially now with what you're doing in Stafford. I mean, I can remember years ago when the emphasis was we've got to find land.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've been able to find buildings,
right,
and be able to do it a lot quicker and probably cheaper.
Yeah, the pandemic had an impact on that. The commercial real estate market is a little depressed right now, so we were able to get attractive pricing and work out a deal that where the foundation will have enough cash flow to not only maintain those buildings nicely, but also provide quite a bit of money in scholarships for students. So it's a good way to plow money back into the school.
Germanna.edu, look for the foundation. Anytime you want to make a donation.
Anytime. Any size gift, we'll take it.